Good day, Saints. I'm Caleb Anderson.
And I'm Garrett Wilson.
Garrett, looks like you wore a good outfit today, because it's going to be pretty chilly outside for our groundbreaking ceremony, introducing the new music center being built in our school.
OCS is a growing community, and the auditorium is old and outdated. It can no longer fit the entirety of the high school. The new auditorium is a great step forward for the OCS community. This is the old auditorium where musicals and chapel were held. We're going to ask Tatum McLean what she thinks about the new auditorium.
I'm excited about it because there'll be a lot more stage space and a lot more space for people to enjoy the show with us.
This is the groundbreaking ceremony for the new auditorium. Let's go to Caleb Anderson to see his opinions on the new auditorium.
I'm excited for the new musical center because I personally haven't been in a musical, but I will be in one this year, and I'm excited to have like a brand new place that I can actually have a lot of fun in.
These are the blueprints for the new auditorium. Here are Mrs. Lorg's thoughts and ideas on it.
I feel ecstatic. I'm so excited. It's going to be nice and new, and I have a new classroom and lots of new things. I'm excited. So we have wings. Wings is something that we've never gotten to have at this auditorium. So that means that we're very limited to the set pieces that we can build. So at the new auditorium, we have massive wings, and we can build giant set pieces and bring them on and off stage, and it's going to be magical. It makes me sad that they lost their son, and that is kind of what kick-started this whole thing. It just breaks my heart. But I'm so excited that we are finally breaking ground, and there's actually a beginning to this giant project that I've luckily been blessed to be a part of from the beginning.
Awesome. Although the cause for the new auditorium is very sad, it is a great step forward for OCS. Reporting for SaintsWeekly, I'm Lucy Webb.
Thanks, Lucy. Now we can see what Lexi's up to in preparing this week for the 5K this Saturday.
November 5th, OCS is hosting its third annual Saints 5K. Teachers and students are getting prepared to run, walk, or even participate as couch potatoes this year. The cross-country team usually participates in the Saints 5K. Let's see some insight from Liz.
I'm really excited to run on this 5K, but I'm probably just going to walk the whole entire thing instead of run, so it'll be good though.
The 5K is supporting the future of OCS by providing donations and funds to support the building of our new Performing Arts Center.
What are your thoughts on this year's 5K?
I think doing a 5K for a fundraiser is a great idea because it can involve the whole family to get together, to have fun.
School needs to step it up. I think middle school and elementary are both beating the high school, and you guys can do better. I mean, I taught most of you, and I know that I taught you better than this, so I feel like you guys should just step it up and bring your A game. And you don't have to run. I've had a lot of kids tell me, oh, I don't run. Okay, that's fine. Just register as a couch potato, problem solved. Then you don't have to run. You can just be a couch potato. So those are my thoughts.
It looks like here in the high school we need to step it up on our 5K participation. Reporting for SaintsWeekly, I'm Lexi Scott.
Thank you, Lexi. Now, if there's one thing that I don't really like, is dressing up. Now, let's see what other people think of the new dress code and see if we'll have to continue using it in the new Performing Arts Center.
Recently, the OCS faculty has informed the student body about its newly updated student handbook, specifically highlighting its dress code procedures. Even though this event is still fresh on the minds of students, some still choose to ignore it. We sit down with high school principal Adria Smith to talk about what rules are most commonly violated and why these rules are significant.
So most of the time it's the skirt length for the ladies, and for gentlemen it's usually a short length or sweatpants.
Many teachers encourage students to follow the dress code but don't punish students for their infractions. Mr. Wilkins is not one of these teachers.
Much like the subject that I teach, math is kind of black and white. And with rules, even when I don't necessarily like rules, I try to obey the rules simply because it's what you're supposed to do. I do show leniency when it's a first offense or something. I typically talk to them or tell them, hey, you shouldn't wear that. I don't send them to the office. With colder, you'd have to define by leniency. I'm not going to have leniency on things that Mrs. Smith talked about that we shouldn't do, like wearing a blanket or things like that. I can't have leniency on those things because she stated it. But I do try to have some leniency if it's just something that I believe it's the first time the person has done that. Whenever it's a repeat offender or they do it consistently even after I've said it, that's when I don't have leniency.
Mr. Wilkins actually sounds like a pretty reasonable teacher, but some students still don't see the reason behind these dress code rules.
If I had to change one thing in the dress code, probably be the entire thing, because dress code's kind of whack.
We asked our anonymous student whether or not he thought the dress code was effective. This is what he had to say.
Absolutely not. No chance.
Opinions vary from person to person, but everybody definitely has one. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Braden Grande.
Thanks, Grande. Homecoming week was one to remember, with lots of crazy outfits and a crazy football game to end their week. Now let's see what Claire can recap us about the
OCS homecoming was very festive on the inside, but we're here to tell you how festive it was on the football field. The football field hosted around 500 people for homecoming night and was a spectacular atmosphere. The OCS band, having a great chance at winning state, played loudly for all the crowd to hear. Speaking of school spirit, the cheerleaders at OCS do a great job of riling up the crowd. Our first clip begins with the kicker John Michael Crooks making a field goal. Garrett Wilson and Colin Madison are a part of what Coach McKee calls resilient after a beginning lead against Perry. And yet another clip of the pair giving OCS a turnaround lead.
Put us in a hole. They were up 7-0 early, and to be able to show the resilience that we showed to come back and score and not let it negatively affect the rest of the game shows a lot of resilience.
Homecoming is always a large turnout, not just for the fans, but for the students. This parking lot is what housed most of the attendees of the game. Now we're going to provide you with a first-hand opinion of a teacher who's on the first floor and his opinion on the homecoming decor.
I love it. In fact, I was one of the people who texted to make sure that they did stay up because it puts me in a joyful mood when I see Christmas stuff.
With the themed hallways to school-wide chants in the gym, not only are we great as a whole, but we have great leadership under the OCS senior class on homecoming court. And that's a wrap for OCS 2021 homecoming. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Claire Jeter.
Thank you, Claire. Speaking of great football, our team's been doing pretty well this year, don't you think?
I think we're in a good spot.
I do too. Now let's ask Jay Green and see what he thinks about our football team.
As most OCS fall sports come to an end, there is one sport that has high hopes for the rest of their season. The OCS Saints have been working very hard for the past couple of months. We have an interview with the senior right guard, Maddox Trent.
I feel pretty good about our chances this year. We have a pretty solid team, and we've been killing it through district play, and so I think we have a pretty good shot at going all the way.
The OCS Saints have had success this past year. They were state semifinalists and went 12-1. We spoke with sophomore starting quarterback Garrett Wilson.
Feel great. I know right now. Got another game this week, and go to the playoffs. We're expected to do big things. Go win state ring.
The Saints have looked incredible in practice, and their practice facilities and locker room helped them along with their success. We virtually interviewed the head coach and defensive coordinator of the Saints, Brooks Stevenson, and asked him his thoughts about the playoffs.
We've had really big expectations for ourselves all year long, but still just want to take it one game at a time. Each game that we have is a blessing, a total gift.
The OCS Saints have the people and the facilities to do what they want, which is to go far in the playoffs. I'm Jake Green, reporting for Saints Weekly.
Thank you, Green. Rumors been going around that this Lady Saints team has been working pretty hard, wouldn't you say?
I heard that too. They might be a small team, but they're putting in the work.
Yeah. Let's let Nikel catch us up on the tiny but mighty Lady Saints team.
The Lady Saints basketball season is right around the corner. Let's get an inside look from some of our coaches and players. We talked to one of the star seniors, Skylar Lawrence, about how the practices have been going.
And I feel like what we have, we're working really well with, and we've been working hard and working harder than I've ever worked probably before in my basketball career. So,
next we talked to head coach Jeff Barnett about how hard the girls have been working and how excited he is for the season.
Excited for this year's basketball season. We started off with a couple of scrimmages, and we've totally been playing well. The girls have been working so hard. We're so excited for you guys to come out and see us play and see the product we have to put on the floor.
As you can see, the Lady Saints have been working so hard this year, setting themselves up for success. Let's hear from assistant coach Maddie Hyatt to see her thoughts.
This season's been really great. We've got lots of energy, we're working hard, and we're really looking forward to the start of our season next month.
Come out and support the Lady Saints' hard work November 30th at 5 o'clock as they take on the Lady Eagles. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Nikel Horsberg.
Thanks, Nikel. Now, I know my first year here at OCS, it was kind of crazy to see all the homecoming customs.
Yeah, eventually you'll get used to it.
Yeah, well, let's see what the new teachers have to say about the new homecoming customs.
Being a new teacher at a new school isn't always easy. It can be fun, but it comes with difficulties.
Mrs. Quintana is the new Spanish teacher at Oklahoma Christian School.
Let's see what she thinks about OCS.
One of the things that I think about the school when I was looking online for somewhere to work, I just love their vision and their vision statement about glorifying God. And one of the things that I see when I came here, exactly that everybody's speaking about God, everybody's glorifying God, and through chapel, everybody's trying to find ways to become more of his image and who he is.
Mrs. Quintana appreciates working at a school that is involved and loves God.
So one of the things that I told everyone when I started working here was that it was like the people were like little Jesuses running around, the students were like little angels. I feel truly blessed to work here and to work around people that are trying to be like Jesus and show his love.
Mrs. Quintana is involved despite being new. She even attended the junior retreat this year. Student Katie Zemitsky says she's a great teacher who's fitting in.
Miss Quintana is my Spanish teacher, and I think she's doing a really good job, and I like having her.
Mrs. Quintana says despite some difficulties, she can't wait for future years here at OCS. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Meredith Hart.
Thank you, Meredith. The Our Stuco team worked really hard this year on the decorations, but they didn't put it away.
You know, I'm okay with it. Christmas just brings me so much joy.
Same here. Let's see what other people have to think about the Christmas decorations not being put away.
There have been some requests to keep the Christmas decorations up through Christmas break. The seniors spent a lot of time on it. Let's find out what everyone else thinks. Since the seniors put up the decorations this year, most of them would like to keep them up through Christmas, but other students may not feel the same. So Henry, how do you feel about the Christmas decorations staying up through Christmas break?
I think we should take them off because I ripped that off yesterday.
I think it's pretty cool because I like Christmas, and
it's not even Thanksgiving. I'm the Grinch, and the Grinch never likes having Christmas. No Christmas.
Absolutely. I love Christmas. It's the best time of the year.
Yes.
Yes. I say yes, keep them up. Maybe clean them up, but keep them up.
I love the Christmas decorations. I actually think they should stay up because I see them in the morning and I feel like I'm in a better mood.
Well, my name is Holly, so naturally I like Christmas. If we could do it all year round, that might be a little bit much.
Well, it looks like the majority of people would like to keep up the Christmas decorations to Christmas. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Colton Cook.
From sports teams to homecoming, it seems like the OCS Saints are doing quite all right this year. For reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Caleb Anderson.
And I'm Garrett Wilson.
See you next time.